Hey guys, welcome back to Ultima Games. I know it's been a month since our last episode, but things happen. But we're just gonna get into it because finally, we have a good event. I'm so happy to say that Xbox is finally starting to cook a little bit with their events, and yeah, Cruz, bud, we got some good news to talk about this time. I'm finally excited about something for once.
Yes, and it's not no longer no more state of depressing news. It's finally something to be hyped up about. We got some stuff coming out that works.
Definitely. So Xbox, as you know, has had a game showcase. I know we are a bit late. Bear with us. Our scheduled times will be getting better, of course. But aside from that, Xbox has been cooking a lot lately. So with their latest event, they have a lot of games that they've showed in the showcase. And I'm just going to get the first one out of the way because it's pretty obvious. We already know it comes every year. Black Ops 6, Call of Duty, pretty much. Is a game. I'm not as excited as I once was for Call of Duty back in the day. I mean, I still buy them every year to play multiplayer. I hate Warzone, of course, but I like just the traditional multiplayer. I'm gonna get this. This looks fun. Me and my brother, we love zombies, so we always play.
It's that. Treyarch. Honestly, if there's any time to get excited for a Call of Duty game, it's usually a Treyarch game. Anything else, it's very hit or miss. But Treyarch, you got zombies, like you said. Mm-hmm. This one, I like the marketing they did before that. Before this big reveal. Yeah. From what I heard from a lot of people, they were doing a bunch of crazy things, like a white van in New York going like, "Know the truth," and all this conspiracies. Like, yo, that's kind of hype. Right. Going into it, at least they're hyping it up, and then all those who know, they have tagged up the Mount Rushmore thing. Even if the game doesn't turn out as good, I will give them props. Hyping the marketing up in that way to make it very conspiratorial is really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, their marketing always kicks ass when they really put some thought into it. And Treyarch always is probably the best Call of Duty developer right now. I mean, Infinity Ward is great, but Treyarch just hit different because they got traditional Call of Duty zombies coming back. Wave-based rounds. I don't know what that last Call of Duty zombie mode was. I fucking hated it. I couldn't stand that game.
I didn't even know there was one. Nobody talked about it.
That's how bad it was. It was basically like if Warzone had zombies, and basically the entire map was just filled with just lame objectives, and everything is really hard. Not from the start, but in the sense of it's just really difficult to get things. Everything's spaced out really crazily. And it took way too much effort and work to get not that much of a reward in a sense, and it just didn't work. People really weren't messing with it. I mean, the idea seemed cool, really big zombie map, vehicles and all this other stuff, and cool little objectives.
Interesting idea, bad execution, right?
Yeah, basically. Okay. It was like if Destiny was like Vanilla 1, and it was only lost sectors and patrols, which are the most basic of basic, Destiny missions to do. It's hey, go here, kill 40 people, or go over here, drive this objective to this point. It just felt dumb, tedious, and just boring. But now I'm glad to see that we're getting the traditional wave mode, back. We're getting real zombies back at this point. The biggest change that I noticed too with the game, because they spent a lot of time talking about this game, especially with the interface. Very, very bizarre amount of time was spent on the interface. But they're doing a lot of just changes, quality of life fixes. Of course, you can put the map wherever you want, multiplayer and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Also, their movement system is getting really changed up. Now it's looking a little bit more like Siege and Max Payne put together. You're jumping forward, backwards, around, behind. Okay. Which looked pretty dope. I can't lie. I was surprised. Now you can lay on your back and point your gun out, on your back, while you're shooting. So Call of Duty multiplayer is about to get really stupid, and I'm gonna get 360 no shot from someone doing a backflip practically. So that's gonna be cool. I can't wait to see how that's gonna work.
Day one Game Pass too. So if you got Game Pass, you get to play it.
Game Pass is crazy. You don't even have to buy the game now. Just Game Pass it. Yep. I mean, we've been expecting it to hit Game Pass for a while. There's no way Microsoft pays all this money just to not have it on Game Pass. So,
dude, I wonder if there's an internal struggle though. Because keep in mind, if Call of Duty is one of the few things that sells, mm-hmm. I imagine they were very do we do it? You know what I mean? Did they pull the trigger and actually do it and see what happens? Because that's a money seller.
Yeah.
Even though Xbox is losing, Call of Duty still sells on everything. So,
oh heck yeah!
If you're gonna be now, this is the time. We're gonna see what happens when Black Ops 6, the newest hotness, is gonna be a Game Pass seller. So yeah, let's see if it actually pushes those subscription numbers.
I'm sure it will, because man, $20 at the worst is way better than $70. Mm-hmm. I don't care what anybody says. Not owning the game or anything is kind of substantial in comparison to just paying $20. I get to play this right now, day one. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of server issues. I expect a really big wave because the game's cheaper than it's ever been. For, people are going to get access to it like that. I mean, people are going to buy the physical copy, no doubt. But, that Game Pass offer is just, it's kind of irresistible because I'm not going to buy the game physically, for any reason whatsoever. So I'm just going to play it on Game Pass.
It's not, and Activision kind of defeated the purpose of buying a game physically when it says it'll just take you to the Call of Duty launcher and they don't take you to the menu where you select the game.
Literally.
So it's that's not on you. That's just on Activision at that point.
And now you're telling me I can just pay ultimate price and pay it on PC and the Xbox console. I was like, damn. I feel I'd be surprised if anyone's playing this on PlayStation except for just pure PlayStation owners. It's gonna be pretty wild to see how much the subscription numbers jump and how big of a success this game might end up being. So, but there's always that chance too that, people just like, nah, I don't really want to play Call of Duty right now. And it's free. So it kind of just feels weird. But I mean, that's super unlikely. I'd be shocked if something like that happened. But yeah, I imagine it'll sell well. Call of Duty always does well. I mean, it's Call of Duty, we're at the point now where it's just like Fortnite. It's just that popular. It'll never go down unless they just truly get lazy with the game. But anywho, we've got a bunch of other games. Diablo 4 expansion.
Honestly, I like that. I know there was no gameplay, but I mean, what can you expect from it? The game is not going to really change that much. I did see. I went to the website and saw what was going on with it. It has me interested. The trailer was this normally I give you shit when you hype up a cinematic. But I will admit, just like you said, if I just take it the cinematic as it is, I love how spooky it was. I love how genuinely creepy it was.
Yeah, that trailer was crazy. Diablo does anything better. Their CG trailers are always pretty awesome.
And it has me interested because the character is not a returning class. It's a brand new class for Diablo 4. And it's very Aztec, Mayan, Mesoamerican, native warrior kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then the other thing I liked about it is I'm tempted for it, but if you pre-order it, you get a dog, a little pet dog. They're adding pets to it. So I'm like, okay. I'm leaning towards
nah.
That, and I saw the landscape of it, and it looks like because my issue with 4, we talked about it, was it all looks the same. Where at least the different areas in Diablo 3, you had graveyard, desert, hell, things like that, and that's kind of here, but because everything's all meshed together, it's I can't really separate everything looks like. So hopefully this takes you to a new era and it's just one solid dope ass temple jungle thing.
Yeah, I get you in that aspect because I noticed that too when I was playing through it. It's just it transitions a little too well, and it all feels like it's in the same spot in a sense. There's no distinct seasons or change or weather changes or anything aside from some rain or snow.
Yeah. And
it's just oh, this is weird. I'm playing in the same place I always have been, except for when I'm getting teleported to a dungeon or hell or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Definitely weird, definitely interesting. I'm excited for it. Diablo 4 hasn't been the most exciting game I would say this year so far, but it's definitely fun playing it.
It's still. I mean, they're finally. It's been getting fixed since launch because it was the hypest game at launch. Then they pissed everybody off, and now they're trying to get that hype back because how do you piss people off, dude? You had a slam dunk. You could have been in a higher nomination at the Game Awards, but you literally pissed people off the whole year. So here's your redemption arc.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
But it's hard to get mad because it's on Game Pass. And
this is before Game Pass though. Remember, keep in mind this is before Game Pass.
Oh, I didn't touch it till I got Game Pass.
So yeah, you Game Pass now, that's for sure. But keep in mind, people spent $70. You pissed them off for a whole year straight.
Oh heck yeah!
Now's your chance to redeem that.
That's Diablo every time though. When Diablo 3 launched back when it was still new, people couldn't get on. People were getting locked out. Some accounts got deleted.
Oh yeah, no, that's
crazy.
But that's Diablo 3 and 4. 1 and 2 weren't like that. So as far as I know, let's see.
That's fair.
Diablo 4, that expansion and the new character and a little addition of pets has me interested.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Diablo's looking nice. I'm excited for it. I'll definitely keep playing it. But let's jump to the next one. The next one has been met with a lot of
which one?
Bad PR and it's not the game's fault entirely, but it's the developer more so. Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh yeah,
man. Yeah. I'm not gonna get too into detail of what's going on over there, but man, it's just hire the right people. Come on, it can't be that hard.
Yeah,
it just makes me laugh.
Kind of like we'll see. The game has to lot. That game better live up to its hype if it's gonna have this much bad PR. Like, as long as the game is good, this bad PR can just be kind of swept away. But Jesus Christ, Ubisoft, you are not doing this game any favors.
Literally, especially when the gameplay demo came out, I was just like, I didn't think nothing of it until people started saying stuff, and I'm just like, why would you
include this?
Right. I'm just like, yeah, give Yasuke the only hip hop track. Let's do that. Cool. But I mean, aside from all the bad PR, I mean, the game looked pretty solid. I don't know if it's a little bit of fatigue from just, the few Souls-like games we've gotten, like Wulong, and, Ghost of Tsushima and stuff like that. But, like, Ubisoft, like, I always say it always here, you're, like, 10 years too late for this game. Had you done this before, maybe Syndicate or in between Odyssey and them,
during your actual height of Assassin's Creed popularity, right. This could have been well received more.
But Koei Tecmo and Sucker Punch both beat you to the cake like long ago. I mean, it's cool, it's awesome, but I don't know if it's gonna work for them. Ubisoft games and dual protagonists don't have the best history ever.
Yeah, they're very hit and miss, right?
Yeah, they really are. I mean, Assassin's Creed Syndicate wasn't the worst game ever in the series, but it definitely showed where all the love was at. Because playing as Jacob Fry was just very straightforward and predictable and boring. I mean, I'm not saying Assassin's Creed is Shakespeare or anything, but it's like there was always some kind of level of intrigue and like interesting aspects to it. With that game, it was just kind of like mostly on Eevee versus them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's just kind of meh. That game was kind of mixed in my opinion anyway. But I mean, it could be worse. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely gonna try it, even considering all the bad PR. Mm-hmm. And I love when people just keep bringing up the pictures of like the Ubisoft staff. It always cracks me up.
Oh yeah.
Again, go look at stuff like that. You'll understand what I'm talking about. But the next game on our list is Fable. Man, talk about a game that's trying to make a comeback.
It is, and it's crazy because it's being done by a team who's never done an RPG before. It's done by the Forza devs, so this will be interesting. Getting them to like flex their legs a bit more now, stepping out of the racing genre. Because to be fair, they have dipped. They kind of did it when they split the Forza into either like a racer sim versus like an arcade style racer. But now that they're get to full on like, all right, we're gonna take this. We're gonna see what we can do with it, and it looks crazy good. Like it actually looks like next gen.
Oh yeah.
I shouldn't be saying something like this 4 years into the generation, but hey, if it's finally living up to its potential, cool. If
the Forza developers are going to do anything for this game, it's going to make it look good.
Yeah, I can't give them their shit looks crazy good.
And I mean, aside from just the graphically, I mean, like the style of the game. I know we didn't see too much of it, but
it has that little bit of British humor. It has
it looks like it's got that Fable charm. It looks like they're doing something right, and I have more hope than I do dread for this game. I haven't touched Fable in like forever. But, I mean, I'm willing to give this a shot if it's living up to what this trailer is showing us.
Absolutely. I think, I know a lot of my roommates were concerned, but then they said, like, okay, they're interested.
I'll let them cook. Yeah. Another game, which I have to think is one of the most boring things ever, Flight Simulator 2024.
I don't even that's all for, like, I'm not discrediting this, but that's for a lot of, like okay, it's still a game to an extent, but that's more for, like, the dad guy.
Yeah, I mean,
the retired people.
There's a fan base for it.
Because it is categorized as games. I can't deny those things are like as realistic as games are gonna get.
Those things
are like fucking. That's like if you want to test your graphics card, that's what you get.
Yeah, I mean they do justice for the community, but I just personally have no interest in Flight Simulator at all. And I refuse. I'm not even gonna speak upon whether it's good or bad, but yeah, definitely not on that one. Metal Gear Solid remake though.
Oh, that one was fucking nuts.
Yeah, I was shocked at how good that one looked. Okay, Konami, so you finally passed out of your shell again.
Again, this is crazy because like I'm gonna take a jab every time I get a chance. Mm-hmm. Hey, look, this is a well-established PlayStation franchise that was known to be exclusive. It's on an Xbox show. We could have had this instead of that Concord game that they spent like 10 minutes on. But okay. Yeah,
that was definitely a low blow for sure. It's hard being a Sony fan right now. Mm-hmm. It's not even like a console war thing. It's just like, damn, it's just hard to just support Sony at any point right now.
Yes.
But, I mean, they've been quiet. We haven't been hearing nothing.
Still, yeah. Like, for focusing just on Metal Gear, yeah. It looks good. It looks like a faithful remake. I just beat 2 not that long ago either, so.
Oh, really?
I'm eventually going to play the original version of 3 again. Or not again, but I'm going to play 3. and then once Delta comes out, I can make a compare and contrasting how those two compare.
Right. Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely have a lot more videos on like specific games in the future. We're currently working on stuff, so I'm not gonna say nothing. But yeah, it just looks good. I mean, I can't really say much about it other than just that it looks good. Looks like they're doing all the right stuff. Graphically, it's fine. I won't say it's a powerhouse game per se, but as far as graphics go, but it's looking nice. I have no complaints here at all about this, and yeah. The next game on our list, it actually kind of shocked me a bit, just because of the setting they chose. Doom, the Dark Age.
Oh, dude, I love that shit. I love that shit. That was so fucking cool. I know people before that were like saying, how do you do, like, I've seen so many people say, how are you going to put Doom in the Dark Ages? How are you going to put, like, that was the constant question. Like,
literally.
Dude, no, you could do it. Like, hell, it back in the day made Hexen. It was like a medieval style first person game. So I'm like, no, like, let them cook. And the fact that we saw Doom guy with like the medieval berserk cloak looking shit, I was like, dude.
He's looking badass as ever. One thing that got me was that gun that was crushing the skulls up. Bruh.
That's sick.
When I saw that shit, I was
like, you get the fucking pilot a mag, like it's like Pacific Rim, or then flying a dragon. Like, dude, they went in. It was cooking. And like, yo, like, how you can make, like, a prequel to Doom like this?
Man, just imagine being like a freaking villager just looking at that. I'm just like, yo, like, what is going on?
Like, the poor people that are gonna get fucked up more than they're gonna get saved, but that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be brutal. That game's gonna be the shit. I can't lie. They have been cooking with these Doom games for a while now, and it's great to see that they're still making them.
Oh yeah,
because man, crazy. This list isn't as long as I thought it was. So
I might have some there that you don't have here. So
bet.
They showed off Avowed again. Interesting. Like, I'm still hyped for this game. It's gonna be like Obsidian's take on a medieval game. So if you like Fallout New Vegas or their Wasteland games,
is that the one where they were teleporting around with the weird like spirit fox thing?
No, I don't think so. But Avowed, we talked about this game. They keep showing it. I'm just excited for it because I like Obsidian's take on how they do things. So if you like the Obsidian's, like I said, if you like New Vegas, which is like usually the fan favorite of the Fallout games recently, you're gonna like Avowed.
Okay. I'm looking at the trailer now. Oh yeah. I remember this game. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
Which one do you want to go for next? Because I have a list too.
I kind of wanted to save the best one for last, but
I got like a couple here I want to shout out. Then, if you don't mind,
go for it.
South of Midnight.
Really?
I like the stop motion, dude.
Really?
The art style, and like it reminds me of Spider-Verse or like any of those movies by like the I forgot the name of the studio, but like the Wallace and Gromit team, or the one, or when they moved over to DreamWorks and they did that like a Flushed Away movie. I'm a huge fan of stop motion animation. Yeah, just like straight up. So that game, I fucking love the art style that's going with it.
Okay, that's a surprise one for me. I never thought you would have cared for that one.
You give me a cool, like, that's what I told you. But I'm over like aesthetically or art style or something. Well, get me more. Even if like the gameplays look simple, you win me over with a good story and art style. I'll give you a pass on some other things here. And that game looks like it's selling me on that. I know there was Indiana Jones looks good. It's interesting how they're making like a good first person. It's funny, but like Tomb Raider, Uncharted type of game, and Indiana Jones was inspired for those two. But yeah, it's cool that he's doing a first person to differentiate himself from those two.
Yeah. I wonder how that game's gonna really do.
State of Decay 3, Hugo, my friend is like a huge fan of the State of Decay games, but it sucks we only got a cinematic. I was hoping we'd see a gameplay. I know his biggest thing with State of Decay is like he just wants them to just let them commit and let him create his own character. Because what they do is they randomly generate a character you play for that, and he's all like, just let me make one. Like, give me this randomly.
That is super weird.
Let's see. There was a few like free-to-play games like Mech Break, Frag Punk, things like that. It's all right. I know you're talking about Elder Scrolls Online earlier.
Yeah, it's the 10th anniversary. They didn't really show off anything too special.
Sea of Thieves got an update. Like anything that's usually associated with Microsoft Live Service games, it got an update here. So like, WoW, Elder Scrolls Online, Sea of Thieves, even Fallout 76. So those got updates. Expedition 33 looks really fucking cool.
Yeah, that game does look pretty wild. I
think it's gonna be the next whenever that comes out, it's gonna be that version's like Baldur's Gate, where they're taking turn-based combat and making it more mainstream again. So I'm loving that.
I hope it's just not one of those games that looks so just dramatically like extra good. It just like doesn't do anything when it comes out.
I feel like it's gonna. You know what I feel like to compare it to? It might be like Persona 5, where it's a turn-based game, like straight up, but it's using its own style. So whereas Persona 5 had like that, like, you know, super manga heavy, like you know, noir art style. This is going for like that super cinematic medieval style.
Yeah.
As long as you can pull off what Persona 5 did and make, you know, say, hey, turn-based games aren't dead. You just guys aren't looking at the right places. Here you go.
I just hope we don't have a Chrono Odyssey situation.
That's fair.
But yeah.
Let's see. What was the other one? Is there any other one you want to talk about?
Dragon Age Veilguard came.
That was interesting. Like, I saw so many people hate on it. I was like, I don't know. This looks all right to me.
For a Dragon Age game, them hating on a trailer like that is wild because they didn't show off any gameplay. So I was like,
I think people just say like this looks like Fortnite, which I guess to an extent was like, is that fair to hate it before you see what it plays like?
Yeah, I mean, you can have an opinion about it, but
yeah,
I mean,
but like to outright just destroy, it's like,
let's see.
You guys got to realize too, this game's been cooking for like what 10 years, like
yeah,
like who knows what decisions were made to like change the art style at some point, like.
So the thing that I'm confused about is this Dreadwolf just renamed or is that two different projects?
We were just talking about it, and neither of us are sure. Like,
yeah,
like we should have checked, but like it's hard to tell when those two trailers like were close to each other.
Yeah, they're for real. I mean, the Dreadwolf one is old, but it's just like it has the same color as the logo in it.
Yeah,
and it was more of a teaser or whatever. But
yeah, they both got that shade of purple. Now that I'm looking at their logos, yeah.
I want to say they're the same thing.
Perfect Dark. That one looked really good.
I was shocked. That one felt like watching that gameplay trailer. Felt like watching a gameplay trailer for like when Titanfall 2 kind of came out.
I feel that.
Like it just gave Xbox 360 vibes like crazy.
That was a big shock, and a lot of people are like, "Why is it just called Perfect Dark?" It's like, bro, there hasn't been a game since like the 360 or Perfect Dark. You're like, they're allowed to do the whole God of War, just calling it what it originally was called. Thing.
With the year next to it.
Yeah, just leave it. The fact that we finally saw it gameplay on top of that, yeah, no, just it's good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Stalker 2 had a release date trailer, I think. Stalker games have such a huge cult following, so I might as well throw that shout out there for them.
Oh yeah, they really do.
And let's see, what else do you have? Otherwise, it's all that's left are Gears of War. Yeah, yes. It's just Gears of War.
Gears of War, man.
Starfield, but we don't care about Starfield at the moment. So yeah, let's talk Gears of War.
Yeah, Gears of War.
I have not seen so many people explode over hype of this.
It's because man, they did the best. Instead of doing just Gear 6 with like either a new generation or whatever, they went back in time. They went to Emergence Day. That's kind of the shit. That's like the best time for like a Gears of War game to be.
So hear me out, because I know you're not the horror guy, right? Like not so much, but from what I understand, like the conversation I saw around E-Day, the reveal was like everybody's like, yeah, we're going back to when Gears was kind of scary in the beginning. Like seeing how shit got fucked up is gonna be like so cool. I was like, yeah, did Gears guys actually like how it had some horror aspects to it in the beginning?
Oh yeah, because the whole thing with fighting the locusts and all that is like they were scary. After like a while, like once you start to get to like 4 and like 5 a little bit, they just weren't all that scary. 3 was really good because there was a whole, those characters were great. We had Cole, we had Dom, and all of them and everything. But watching 4 and 5, it was kind of like, we've kind of seen this before. And I mean, yeah, we got some mutated versions of like locusts and whatnot, but it didn't hit the same,
So would you say, is this like comparing it to like, this is a throwback, to like the old Halo 1 days and first discovering like the Flood for the first time? Is that what it feels like?
Yeah, because we're gonna basically be seeing what I hope to be is like new stories. We're gonna get maybe a few unanswered questions, finally answered, like how Marcus got his scar and stuff like that, and then.
I did like that, how in the trailer showed like Marcus wasn't this badass, like he was just fighting for his life. So I think
and then Dom's coming back, and then thank God I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring back the original voice actor. I hope.
Oh yeah, John DiMaggio. I think he'll probably come back.
Yeah, him and everyone else should always come back too. I mean, they've been pretty consistent with the voice acting, so I know they're all happy about that. So I mean, this is gonna be great. I mean, it's worth the wait basically, and I just hope that when they bring this out, they just really hit the ground running because man, we've needed something like this for a while.
Who knows? And then maybe if they see that people like the direction of how people like the horror aspects of like Gears coming back, maybe when they do Gear 6, then they just go more in emphasis on that. Like, all right, people liked it when the locusts were scary. All right, Gear 6, they're gonna be fucking scary again.
Mm-hmm. I just hope the icing on the cake of this would be like just bam, throw a fucking Gears 1 through 3 remaster.
Oh yeah, that trilogy, because it's been constantly teased. So I can see them doing that. Like they right before the game comes out, the trilogy drops.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I'm excited about it. I mean, Xbox has been this showcase was pretty awesome. They showed off a lot of banger games that they've been sitting in the vault for a little while, and they've done their part. I mean, they showed off great trailers, especially the Gears of War one.
We're seeing the fruits of these labors of like finally like waiting a year or two and finally showing up. Okay, here's what's coming out, and here's everything that's hopefully going to be releasing within a year or two.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm excited for it. Xbox is definitely getting better and better. I mean, the Game Pass itself has been pretty decent for the most part. I mean, there's been a lot of like kind of meh titles in my opinion on there in the last few months, but I mean,
this is it. This is
when it hits like really hard. And you got Call of Duty coming on Game Pass. Gears of War, I'm sure is going to be a day one thing. Yeah, it's looking pretty stacked for 2024 to 2026. Yep. So I'd be shocked if they just kept messing up. I was worried there for a little bit because they were doing some weird shit, but I mean, when Microsoft gets it right, they do it.
Yep, they got to commit to it and just actually show like what they had with the 360. Show that you guys have a vision. Show that you're not just like a chicken with your head cut off running around until you die. Like, stay on track, focus, go. If things come to older platforms, doesn't matter. As long as you show off what you're cooking and you're saying it's day one exclusive on Game Pass, that's fine.
Right. Yeah, I'm super happy. Couldn't get that out. I'm super excited the fact that they're going to be doing more though, and Game Pass look like it's finally starting to show its value a little more, especially with Call of Duty coming. That still blows my mind that game's coming to Game Pass. Mm-hmm. That's because it's such a money maker. So it's just like I know it has to make more money selling individually than on Game Pass.
It absolutely does. So that's what I'm saying. This will show like Microsoft like. Okay, we're dropping the biggest game that usually sells the most every year. Mm-hmm. Let's see if it does anything for subscription numbers.
I wonder what the paid percentage is for them for like that, for Activision taking that, because it's like,
well, they own them now, so like that's a different question. Like, how much is that gonna like?
Yeah, but you still have to fund them. Like,
no, that's fair. Yeah, just who knows? Hell, how crazy would it be if they get most of the money from the PlayStation and PC people who buy it, and then the subscription's just the cherry on top for them?
That makes sense. I can see that. Imagine just seeing it on Switch too. Switch 2.
Yeah, once that second Switch comes out, they're gonna be getting more Call of Duty money.
Yeah, freaking. I don't know. You know what? If Switch 2 comes out, they need like the ultimate flex. Like just something to, like, I don't care how bad the game is. It just has to be like a graphical powerhouse. Just show them, be like, yeah, we do that too. It's no biggie. I always wanted to say this for like a while, but Nintendo should have like. Because I don't want to say they're like super PG in their, their day-to-day stuff, but they should have like a nighttime, like after dark kind of side to them. Like, oh, this is where like our really graphic games go. This is where the Gears and the Resident Evil and stuff goes.
They're when they used to be more. They had like it's so crazy too because people constantly joke about Nintendo, but no, like they stopped being like kiddie friendly after the Super Nintendo. They went all in on M-rated stuff for a while. Then they changed their persona back to like casual audience during the Wii days. But then after that, they don't care. Real quick, we keep hearing how PlayStation games from Japan are getting censored on the PlayStation versions, but Switch versions are going in uncensored.
Oh yeah, that's because PlayStation's going through a whole bunch of rigmarole.
Yeah, no, but I understand what you mean. I could see them, like, I think eventually, maybe when the Switch 2 comes out with the extra power, we can probably get back to like that edgy N64 era of Nintendo where they would push like M-rated games like Conquer, Turok, things like that. Yeah. Which these are tears to come once we talk about the Direct later.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know your thoughts. I don't know if you have anything else to say.
No, dude,
about Xbox.
I was happy to like gush about Doom for a little bit, and even like the Diablo update. Like, I don't know. I'm just happy for Microsoft. Like let's be for real. Like, PlayStation sucked. Like their event,
oh, yeah.
Like we're just talking about just the events and not the companies. PlayStation event sucked outside of Astrobot.
It's been sucking.
Fucking Jeff Keighley's thing was a snooze fest. The only thing cool from that thing was the Power Rangers game that was announced, but I just like 2D beat 'em ups. Mm-hmm. And then here comes Microsoft with fucking Doom, fucking Perfect Dark, the the fucking spooky ass Diablo trailer that stopped at midnight with the gameplay and cinematic of like and the art style. Just I was more excited for this than I thought it would ever be. This is like if I had to rate everything, Sony's thing, if it wasn't for Astrobot, would be like a D or an F. But Astrobot pushes it to C. Jeff Keighley's was a D outside of Power Rangers because that was the only saving grace for that for me. Microsoft was straight up like B, almost A. Like if they had like a shadow drop of something, like say that Gears trilogy was real and they shadow dropped it there, boom, A plus.
Right. Nah, it would have been great. It would have been S rank if fucking they just said, okay, yeah, Gears of War remake trilogy on Game Pass right now as soon as the show ends.
Yep.
Would have been nuts.
A, S rank, definitely that. Yeah, just right there.
That would have been the shit. But definitely. I can't wait to see what more they have to offer. I definitely can't wait to see what the future's going to hold. I can't wait to see what Sony's response is going to be because
they took this year off, so they better come back strong next year.
I think they will. I think they'll. I hope to say, you know what I think they're waiting for, and I know it's part. It's not the. I won't say it's their main part. It's probably the second to last, like big reveal. But I think what they're waiting for is P6, Persona 6. Persona 6 and Tales of would be two great games to have announced for the thing.
As long as they're the ones who announced. Like at this point, like we said, like every third party developer is just dropping the whole exclusivity thing. But whoever drops the reveal now at this point.
Oh yeah, well it's basically going to determine who wins what.
Yeah,
like, as far as like the reveals.
Microsoft basically stole Atlas from Sony right now with Metaphor Refantazio and Persona 3 Reload. So Sony, you got to at least beg for that marketing bag so you can get for Persona 6 marketing.
Yeah, I predict a TGS for this year. When is TGS? Like September. Yeah. TGS. We will get a Persona 6 teaser trailer of some kind that'll be just banging. And it can't just be like no little P6 with the color green over it.
Oh yeah, the logo,
and the logo. No, I want a taste of I want a little taste of the music, a little taste of the character, and something really just cool with the trailer. I don't know where they're gonna go with this game. I'd be shocked to even try to fathom even imagining it. But that ending basically the show, or a Tales reveal too, because they were talking about it that they're definitely working on something. They usually always are, but they've confirmed it. That's usually a sign when they're gonna,
Yeah, because we know that Tales is doing good. Rise, was the best selling game of the franchise.
Which one? The Rise?
Yeah, Tales of Rise. Was that the best selling game in the franchise so far?
It's one of them for sure, but I wouldn't say it's the best. Probably go with maybe it was probably Symphonia or Abyss or something like that.
Maybe it was the one. Maybe I'm thinking like it won something. It got something recognizable. Maybe that. Maybe it was like the highest rated Tales game.
Yeah, as of lately, yeah, because I mean. It's such a jump from Berseria.
Yeah.
I mean Berseria was great, probably one of my most favorite. Should have been the most selling one, which is crazy. But yeah, definitely a great game. Definitely try it if you haven't played it. But yeah, I think Tales and Persona 5 and Persona will definitely be two big hitters they're waiting for to reveal, and I think that's what they're buying time for. And then maybe one other project that I just couldn't put my hand on, something surprising.
Maybe finally whatever the fuck Naughty Dog's been doing instead of like putting their thumbs up their asses.
Gravity Rush 3, bye. If only. Nah. Naughty Dog would be great to have something. If Naughty Dog really wanted to, just have a clean slate, it's gonna be another Uncharted. That'll cleanse the palate. You do that really well. It's really hard to mess up. They've sort of teased it like that they're still working on stuff like that. I know they would
never do it because Neil Druckmann's in charge, and once his dumbass but like if say he ever gets kicked out, and somebody wants a real clean palette for Naughty Dog, and I mean an actual true clean palette, Jack 4.
I guess. I mean,
hasn't been dude. I'm gonna tell you something that has been blowing your mind. It's almost been 20 years since the last Jack game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mainline Jack game. Let me phrase that.
Yeah, it's been a while. They're gonna bring something back old because they need to.
They can't do Crash because that's already that's Activision's baby now. So they only got two properties left: Uncharted and Jack. As cool as Uncharted would be, Jack would sell more.
They could be both.
They could do both. I don't trust them doing more than one project when they can't even do one without fucking it up.
Well, I'm not talking about from the same studio perspective, but I didn't think you were mentioning that. But yeah, I could see that. I mean, Jack would make sense, but. I don't know. Uncharted would just look cooler in the sense of like
it would, but look, the only reason I'm saying like Uncharted would be probably the better looking one to bring back. I think if you want to ride hype and show people like you care about games over your fucking whatever trend thing you're pushing for Hollywood right now, go with Jack.
Yeah, I mean, The Last of Us is a long way. They're working on season 2 of the show, but yeah, that's not going to be a thing. I don't know. It's going to be something old for sure. Naughty Dog will either go the Jack route or Uncharted of some kind, or just maybe a new game entirely, or some kind of spinoff with Sully and his brother, which actually wouldn't be too bad. I'd mess with that, but yeah, I don't know. They got a lot to work on. Speculating on Sony is so hard because they're just so quiet.
Yeah.
But they still have room for potential. So I just don't know if they know what they're waiting for or if they're just buying time because they have to. But that's a whole discussion for another video. I pretty much said that all I needed to for this.
I have to. Like, I got nothing to say Microsoft. It's just been positive all around. I already ranked the shows itself, and I'm interested.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, genuinely interested.
Yeah. Don't forget, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if we're wrong or just completely right. Either or works for me. We are not experts. Remember this. I have to say this in every video because some people always assume that we are, but we're not. I don't even entertain the idea. But yeah, let us know how you feel about it. Like, comment, and subscribe, of course. And till next time.
Peace.